Greetings, fellow action figure connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of Digital Caveman Presents Fantasy Friday. I, as always, am your host, the Digital Caveman, and today I will be presenting you with the Four Horsemen Studios Mythic Legions Necronominous Waves Bishop. Let's get into it! Let's start things off with a look at the packaging. And here on the top, we've got some nice artwork. Some of it represents the good. Some of it represents the not so good. Is that Baethir back there? I don't know. It's cloudy. So there's the Four Horsemen 4 and H logo thingy. Window here to let light in from the top. Also to kind of let you look at what's going on down there from the top. And that window continues around here to the front. Nice big window showcasing most of the figure and accessories. Mythic Legions down here toward the bottom. On the bottom flap, there's some stuff that if you want to read it, you can pause it right here. If you can't read, go back to school. MythicLegions.com, SourceHorseman.com, StoreHorseman.com, and a barcode. There is the logo that Four Horsemen use when doing packaging for Mythic Legions. Adult collectible, 15 and up, made in China print. There's the item number. Warning! Don't stick things in your pie hole that do not belong there. To see the entire collection, please visit MythicLegions.com. And I do recommend, if you haven't been there before, please go there and visit. On this side, we've got artwork featuring Bishop. And he is, of course, affiliated with the Order of Etherion. And then on the other side, we have artwork of Cannabis, which I've already covered, so go back and look at that one. MythicLegions.com, SourceHorseman.com, StoreHorseman.com. That is, if you're curious about Cannabis, you can go watch that review. Here it says Bishop. There's a picture of him. If you want to read that text blurb, feel free to pause it right here and do so. Also, you can read that on MythicLegions.com. And finally, on the back, we have the nice artwork of the Necronominous Wave. All four of the apocalyptic powers. Great artwork. I love this artwork. It's fantastical. And then here's another text blurb that if you want to read all that, please feel free to pause it right here and do so. And then here's another one you can pause it on if you want to do that. It's the credits. And that, my friends, completes our look at the packaging. Let's take a look at the figure and the accessories. And I'm not going to say it's all his accessories because some of them aren't. This isn't for him. So, first of all, let's take a look at the lance or joust. No, a lance is what you use in a joust. So anyway, we have a nice gold colored base with the handle. It's got rings that have silver on them. It's got these rivets that are silver. It's got this silver band here, and then it's got this twist in it that's silver leading up to this silver band, gold band, silver band. You are getting awake to watch all my videos. Yeah, I know. Very bad hypnotizing. Then we have the shaft part of it, I guess. And it's got a nice gold paint app on it with a nice silver band on it right there. And port. And the whole thing is the post, I guess. And you just fit it in there so that it goes nicely. And see, it's nice and straight. And I guess you could use it in this fashion. But it has another piece. The kind of pokey piece with 4 pokies on it. And it's got a nice gold color to it. And maybe these are supposed to be like bird talons, but if they were, wouldn't it only be 3? I don't know. No, 3 in the front, 1 in the back. I guess. I don't know. I'm not a birdologist, the ornithologist, whatever they're called. So anyway, porting that, and then this just posts in. And there we have a nice long lance for lancing a lot. But first time I've seen this piece. I don't know if maybe it's been around somewhere before, but this is the first time I've seen it. This is the first time I have put one together and had it come with a figure, or you know, not necessarily in that order. So next up we have like a saddle blanket. So if you want to take all the livery off of him and just have like the saddle, you put this and then put the saddle on top of this. Even though there is a molded on blanket there, you know, this makes it a little fancier. It's got some nice little wrinkly bits in it. No wire in it, but you know, that's okay. And then we've got this decorative gold on each of the edges. So I don't know, the wire probably wouldn't do any good with the saddle sitting on it. So there's that. Then here we have the horse's toupee. It's white, and it's got a little, I don't know if that's a blemish or what, but it looks like it has just a slight wash in it. Very, very slight. And then here is his mane if you want to take the armor piece off. So I assume you could take this stuff off and make it a different horse if you wanted. There's the posts and stuff to hold it into place. So nice molded details. There might be a bit of a wash in this one as well. I can't really tell. If it is, it's very, very slight. So here we have the last accessory, which is an alternate head, and leads me to believe that Bishop here comes to a quite horrific end. Maybe as part of Necronominus's army. Or maybe it's just an alternate head so you can take all the livery of Order of Etherion off of it and make it a horse like that. But yeah, decaying in the nose, bones poking through, like the eyes are sunk in. And then it's got its own bridle on it, which will come off. So if you want to use this regular horse as well without this head, you can take this bridle off and put it on Bishop, or the base body, whatever. Sunken cheeks there, bones just kind of, you know, skin's real tight. So yeah, I would hate to hear that, you know, Sir Gideon's horse comes to a bad end during the battle of the 8 armies or whatever. I don't know what they're calling it. So anyway, let's take a look at the horse. Doop. And you know, the base of the horse is the same as all the horses, or all the regular horses. The only difference is really the armors. And this one looks cool. It's got this piece on it, and then nice gold with silver rivet accents and silver accents on the inside here. Nice black for the eyes. Nice shading around the eyes as well. And then you can kind of see here, like the dark color of the nose kind of fades into the white. And I'm sure that's under this part as well. Nice molded details in the bridle too. And we've got some gold and some silver for the buckles. So, very cool. Nice silvers on here, nice golds, and then silver accents. And then this is a nice silver as well, with gold trim and buckles there. And then silver and gold right here, just like a Christmas tree should be. And then that piece likes to pop off. So here's the saddle, and it's the same saddle that we've looked at. The only real difference is this armored piece on the back side of the horse that plugs into the back of the saddle. It's the 2 ports and the 2 prongs on the bedroll. The bedroll is attached to this, so it doesn't come loose, it's glued or whatever. So, but nice sculpted details of texture, or textural details there on the saddle, and any of the like the leathery looking stuff. And it's got a bit of a wash on it too. A nice royal blue, I guess, for this blanket with gold trim, and then nice silver accents for the buckles and bits and bobs, stirrup, buckle. Got that nice sculpted detail there. Now under the armor there's a blanket, big white blanket, and you know it is removable, so you can take it off if you want to, which hence why I said it was removable. It's got these nice gold embroidered looking details on it. This nice gold back here, which is, you know, that whole flap, it's like a gold fabric, and then gold trim here. It's a darker gold than this, it appears. And then in gold the symbol for the Order of Etherion, and that's on the front too. And I've got pieces going everywhere. I will tell you, this piece does not like to stay on, so not happy about that. This outer piece is wired, this inner piece is wired, and that's on front, back, and left and right. So back to the armor stuff, you know, just like that front piece, silver with gold trim and gold rivets, and then the gold has silver rivets in it, and then nice tassel-y bits down here at the bottom of the soft goods. And these are nice double plied soft goods, and by double ply I mean, you know, it's an outside piece and an inside piece sewn together. So 2 plies, like toilet paper, only I like my toilet paper with more than 2 plies. So overall I have to say, you know, it's a really nice looking horse. Let's take a look at his articulation, at least what we can take a look at with all the pieces on it. And you know, if you want to go back and look at Boreas or Balius, so you can kind of see the full range of motion that this thing can do without all the bits and bobs on it, you can do that. The tail has a pin on it with a hinge, and it'll go up and down, and you have to be careful with it, because if you go too far, especially with these armor pieces on, it will pop out. It does rotate, so that's good. And then check it to make sure it didn't pop out. The back legs here, this haunch is on a ball joint or half dumbbell, whatever you want to call it, and with the armor piece on, it'll go out that far, and then it's got a hinge right here. It's got some rotation there. It goes back that far, it goes forward that far. This knee, it doesn't really go back too far. I mean, you can stress it a little bit, but this will bend. So forward that far, about 90 degrees I guess. And then at the ankle, it'll go back that far and forward that far till the mold stops it. It does have some rotation there, as well as this piece. This piece rotates rather freely for my taste. So there's that. Oh, and it's black on the inside. So gold and black. So pretty cool. Now the front shoulder here, it's on just a regular hinge with a peg on it. And that's as far back as it goes forward. It goes out that far. And there is a little twist to it. So you got that. This knee here, the mold kind of stops it again like the back when you can force it, but it bends this piece right here. So you don't want to really do that too much. So you get that much bend out of it, about 90 degrees, I guess. And then it's got some rotation there as well. Excuse me. Getting choked up. So, and then at the ankle, it does tilt back that far, which is probably about 90 degrees as well. And then forward. It goes forward until the mold stops it, which is that far. And as far as I know, this is the first white horse. Not that I'm trying to be racist or anything, but the first white horse in the Mythic line, which makes sense because it's Sir Gideon's horse, and he's supposed to be like this holy religious leader of knights, I guess. So that kind of makes sense. And he does have a nice little bio. So if you haven't read it, do it. I suggest. I'm not telling you to do it. I suggest that you do it, though. Because, you know, it's got nice little story information in there. And you learn some things about not just the horse, but Sir Gideon as well. But there you have it, my friends. There's a look at the figure and his accessories. It's time for my favorite part of a review, comparisons. And here we have the Four Horsemen Studios, Mythic Legions, Necronominous Waves, Bishop, with the Four Horsemen Studios, Mythic Legions, Necronominous Waves, Sir Gideon, Heaven's Brand. Here we have the Four Horsemen Studios Mythic Legions Necronominous Waves Bishop with the Four Horsemen Studios Mythic Legions All-Star 6 Waves Deacon, and Toy Biz's Lord of the Rings The Two Towers Shadowfax from the Shadowfax and Gandalf the White 2-pack. For our last set of comparisons, here we have the Four Horsemen Studios Mythic Legions Necronominous Waves Bishop, with from the Marvel Legends series making his cameo appearance, Stan the Man Lee. From G.I. Joe Classified series, the Hasbro Pulse exclusive Regal variant Cobra Commander. From Star Wars The Black series, the Archive Edition 501st Legion Clone Trooper. And for a 7-inch scale comparison, from the Masters of the Universe Masterverse line, the 40th Anniversary He-Man. For final thoughts on the Four Horsemen Studios Mythic Legions Necronominous Waves Bishop, I have to say it's a pretty cool looking horse. All the golds and silvers just set the white horse off, along with the white soft goods. It's just very, very cool looking. The armor bits, especially the neck and the headpiece, are quite detailed. And I like the look of them. And again, I like the soft goods is really, it kind of what sets this horse off You know, it definitely sets it off as Order of Etherion. And, you know, the most important guy in that order, Sir Gideon, is whose horse this is. And you know, it's the look of it says that to me. It's a very regal horse for a very regal looking dude. Now, with that said, overall, I do think this is a good horse, as good as any of the other Mythic Legions horses. However, I will say that neck armor pisses me off. It does not like to stay in place. As you can see, I have the front shoulder armors kind of jacked up on top of it to help it stay in place, because when that lays flat against the horse, that armor wants to pop off. It does not like to stay on. So I don't think this is how it's meant to sit, but that's how it sits, because that's how it sits. The wire and the soft goods, you guys know how much I love wired soft goods, or at least if you've watched any of my other reviews with wired soft goods in them, you know that I do love those, and they add so much to a figure, especially if you're trying to pose it out or photograph it or anything like that. Now, another piece that kind of sticks in my craw a little bit, this was a little more minor than the neck piece, but the haunch armor, it, you know, where the bedroll plugs into the back of the saddle, it always doesn't like to stay. So there is that. But again, overall, I like this. It does have a few caveats, but other than that, it's a really good horse, and it looks fantastic. It looks awesome. And the lance is great. I love that lance. First time I've seen a lance in this line. I don't know if it's the first time it's been in the line, but it's the first time that I have come across one, and I like it. And this one looks great. Well, that does it for the review. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very, very much for supporting this channel through viewing. If you are interested in supporting my channel further, I'm now offering memberships at various tiers. Click the join button on my YouTube page, or check this video's description for the link and see if any membership offers are right for you, but only if you are in a position to do so. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you would like to see more content, or just help the channel grow, or both. That's even better. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. That's a wrap, folks. I'll see you next time.